Well, if you think this is a disappointment, just wait until you see the live action Moana. No mas. No mas. So Moana 2 is the sequel to the 2016 smash hit, Moana. The film is directed by 3 directors actually, David Derrick Jr., Jason Han, and Dana Ledoux Miller. And it stars Ali E. Carvalho and Dwayne Johnson. I hope I pronounced that name right. Moana journeys to the far seas of Oceania after receiving an unexpected call from her wayfinding ancestors. Moana 1 was an insane hit back in 2016. Great storytelling, great characters, and even greater music. And even to this day, that movie still holds up. So when it was announced the sequel was in the works, I was cautiously optimistic because a part of me was excited to return back to this world, but the other part of me just didn't really want a sequel. But here we are now, and I can confidently say that Moana 2 is really not that great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. So let's start with my positives. The animation in this movie is remarkable. This is some of the most stellar, most cleanest looking animation Disney has put out in a while. Similar to Inside Out 2, the animation is smooth, colorful, and vibrant. Whether you like the current state of certain Disney animated movies, you gotta admit their animation is always on point, and it's only going to get better and better and better. The animation in 2016 still holds up to this day, but I would argue the animation in this sequel is better. Props to the animation department, they did their thing in this one. All around, pretty great voice acting. I don't have any issues in that department. Even with Dwayne Johnson, it doesn't sound like he just phoned in his performance. I'll admit, I enjoyed his voice acting back in 2016, and I still enjoy it now in 2024. Ali Carvalho was always fantastic as the voice of Moana, so that hasn't changed. And this movie has some pretty cool fun moments of adventure. It takes its time to get there, but you know, hey, when it happens, it's pretty damn cool. And that is where my biggest problem comes in with this movie, the pacing. The pacing in this movie, it really does feel like the first season of a television series. I feel like what we got in Moana 2 just wasn't sufficient. And speaking of television series, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this was originally a Disney Plus series. But knowing the greedy corporate executives that run Disney, they wanted to make as much money off Moana as possible. So they took a television series and turned it into a movie. As far as the animation, you can't tell. As far as the story, it's point blank obvious. In fact, you could argue this movie kind of feels like a Disney straight to DVD sequel. Again, it's not terrible, it's just not as great or as memorable as the first one. And speaking of not memorable, the music, it's fine. Clearly not having Lin-Manuel Miranda hurted the project. Because the music, again, it's not bad, it's just okay. People to this day are still humming What Can I Say Except You're Welcome. And also the music in Moana 1 carry forward the story. In Moana 2, you only have one song that's memorable, and the rest of the songs just kind of feel like filler. But as far as the music, there is a clear drastic change in quality. If I could describe the change in quality of the music, it's like Kanye West dropping Graduation, and then right after he drops Vultures 1. And the third act just felt so rushed. Again, from a storytelling standpoint, you can tell this was supposed to be a TV series, and there is some stuff that they clearly removed. Because how do we get from point A to point B that fast? Hopefully in Moana 3 they'll bring back Lin-Manuel Miranda to do the music and give a better narrative. Because I just wasn't a big fan of Moana 2, and this is just me. But then again, I am not the target audience. Kids and families are going to love this movie, and hey, more power to them. But for me, being a grown-ass man with no kids, nah. But in the end, guys, Moana 2 has its moments, but it feels so shallow, empty, and half-baked. Then again, what I have to say doesn't matter because this movie's about to turn a huge profit. So I guess the joke's on me then. So, plugging Moana 2 into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pass zone. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for Moana 2. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about the film. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you not excited for the live action Moana? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next one.